But those cameras that you see on Amazon that claim they're 4K, y'all are getting scammed. Y'all are getting scammed, bro. When you're recording your video, you don't want your audio quality to sound like this. Hey guys, my name is Caleb. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into today's video. Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video, bro. I hope y'all are excited because today I'm gonna give y'all the top 10 essentials every content creator needs, man. So just stay tuned, y'all. If you are new, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into today's video. All right, so I'm in my room, and let's just not waste any time and let's get straight into it, man. All right, so the first thing y'all gonna need is a good quality digital camera. Now, I'm not talking about those $50 4K quality cameras on Amazon. Just because it says 4K on the little product title does not mean it shoots 4K. I can't express this enough. I cannot express this enough, man. The camera I'm shooting on right now is a Sony ZV-E10 4K camera. And it's a really good camera. I don't regret getting it at all, man. But those cameras that you see on Amazon that claim they're 4K, y'all are getting scammed. Y'all are getting scammed, bro. You will not get this quality that you're watching on right now with a $50 camera. I'm sorry to break it to y'all, but it's best to save up for a good camera. Now, the camera I recommend is a camera I'm shooting on right now, the Sony ZV-E10. But also a good alternative is the Sony ZV-E10. Now, I used to use the Sony ZV-E10 until I eventually got a new camera. I feel like the only downside of the Sony ZV-E10 is you can't change lenses on it. And that can be important depending on what type of content you shoot. Some type of content needs a wider zoom, some type of content needs a closer zoom. It really just all varies, y'all. But with the Sony ZV-10, you don't have to worry about that, unlike the Sony ZV-E10. But yeah guys, the Sony ZV-E10 is just a really great camera for vlogging. All right, so the second thing y'all need is a good tripod. Now, when you guys are out vlogging and you're just holding the camera and it's just shaking, when people are watching the video, they're just gonna click away because they don't want to see shaky footage. So luckily, that is when the tripod comes in handy. Now, if you're recording on an iPhone, the iPhones kind of have a built-in stabilization, so you won't really see how shaky it is on an iPhone. But if you're using the digital camera itself, you will see that lack of stabilization. When we're trying to keep something still for a long period of time, our hands tend to shake like this. So just having a tripod anyway just makes it even better. It's also good to have a tripod if you want to film yourself in different places. Now, if me recording this video, I don't have my phone propped up on a box or anything like that. I'm actually using a tripod. The tripod can also come in handy if you're just solo filming. A lot of times you won't have anyone there to just hold the camera while you're just doing your video. But luckily, if you have a tripod, the tripod just holds it for you. And I feel like if you do vlogging and stuff like that, I feel like that's just something you're gonna need anyway. All right, y'all, moving on from the tripod, the third thing you guys are gonna need is a good camera microphone. Now, this is the camera microphone I'm using right now on my Sony ZV-E10, the VX-R10 universal microphone. And honestly, this is just a great microphone. When you're recording your video, you don't want your audio quality to sound like this. Hey guys, my name is Caleb. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into today's video. Trust me, y'all, anyone viewing will click right off that video, I'm telling y'all. You know, one of the main things you want to look for in a good microphone is good noise reduction, and this microphone actually has that. It's universal, so you can use it with any camera, and it doesn't need to be charged at all. It's also really not that expensive. I think I got it for like $20, something around that price range. And remember, y'all, all of the products featured in this video will be in the description, so you don't have to keep memorizing them or anything like that. You know, yeah, just get y'all a good microphone, y'all. Now, this is a really good essential that I feel like everyone needs. Fourth essential is a good laptop. A MacBook Air or a MacBook Pro is the best thing you can get when it comes to editing. I don't want to get too deep into it, but I feel like editing is just the most important part of your video. And if you just have a potato laptop that keeps failing you and isn't reliable, it's gonna hurt you in the long run, y'all. Now, I would recommend getting a laptop that has over 8 GB in RAM, because if you just have a laptop that has 8 GB in RAM, it's gonna slow down when it comes to editing. It's gonna slow down. It's not gonna be that fast when it comes to editing, y'all. Maybe in CapCut, but hey, if you have it, you have it. All right, so the fifth thing you guys are gonna need is a good editing software. Now, personally, I don't really like CapCut.
You need to leave.
Chill, man, chill. Yo, chill. Hey, chill, bro. Hey. You know, I'm more of an Adobe, After Effects, Premiere Pro type of guy. You know, that's just me though. That's just me. Maybe not you, but hey, it's me. But anyways, y'all, there's a lot of good YouTubers out there that use CapCut. So hey, it is what it is. And the editing softwares I use for my videos is Premiere Pro primarily, and I use After Effects for my intros. I feel like Adobe apps in general just give you more creative freedom and like control over your videos. But just learning to edit your videos is just a really good skill to have as a content creator, especially when you make it to where you have a good editing style that people remember you for. If you guys have a laptop, I would recommend you getting Premiere Pro or CapCut. If you're starting out, CapCut is good, but if you want to go up, just a little bit up, Premiere Pro is good to have. All right, so the sixth thing you guys are gonna need is an iPad. Now, a lot of people say you don't need an iPad to be a content creator, but I just feel like it's just really good to have, honestly. For planning, note-taking, making thumbnails on it, editing on it, It just fits right into your workflow when you're making your videos. Now, I primarily use my iPad for planning my videos out. Like, I'll make a small document and stuff on how I want to plan this video and how I want to go about it. I have an iPad Pro, the biggest one that you can get. You don't really have to have that, like any size iPad works. But yeah, just having an iPad is just great, y'all. Now, the seventh thing you guys are gonna need is a notebook or a journal. Now, it doesn't need to be fancy. You can just get a normal school notebook or something from Walmart or Dollar Tree. A notebook just comes in handy for brainstorming ideas for your videos, scripting your videos, and just putting all your ideas on paper. Now, if you do have an iPad, you won't really need a notebook, but I just tend to use my notebook just to brainstorm my ideas on here. But I find it better just writing all my ideas and just brainstorming on paper to be better for me. Hey, it may be better for you to use it on the iPad or just a notebook. It just really doesn't matter, y'all. The eighth thing you guys are gonna need is a dedicated space to create. So like a desk, an area where you edit and everything like that, that's good to have. It doesn't need to be fancy at all. I feel like having a dedicated space where you're comfortable at just helps you get in your flow state and help you start pulling out ideas for new YouTube videos and stuff. You can't really stay focused in a noisy environment. Now, the ninth thing you guys are gonna need is a second screen. Now, this is useful for reviewing your edits or just reviewing your videos. It's not something you necessarily need, but it's good to have. Now, this is really simple, but the last thing you guys are gonna need is good lighting. Use lighting to y'all's advantage, man. Like, I'm kind of using it to my advantage here now. Like how the sunlight just hitting my face and show my features, you know? If you have bad lighting, it can also just mess with your quality, just make your videos just look really bad. Now, the last thing I wanna say, guys, is just stay motivated, man. You know, fall in love with the process. Just take breaks and stuff, you know? When you're learning and having fun, you stay consistent. Also remember who you're creating for, even if it's just one person right now. You know, someone out there needs your content and they just haven't found it yet. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. All the products that are listed in this video will be featured in the description, so you guys can go check that out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.